What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Avengers Forever issue number 14. This will be part 7 of Avengers Assemble. What we have seen so far from this multiversal event is the multiversal masters of evil waging their war, fighting against the Avengers and their prehistoric predecessors in the ancient past. Mephisto and a legion of his variants had attacked Avengers Tower. And then there is Doom Supreme of the Multiversal Masters, also secretly amassing his own army of variants. Avenger Prime joins the fray and finally reveals his identity to be the one and only Loki. The Loki above all other Lokis. As we prepare for our epic battle, Loki teleports in all of our Avengers from Earth 616. And so now, our battle begins. Make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so we are picking up at the God Quarry. This is the rubble of Avengers Tower. The tower was recently taken down by Planet Doom. But throughout this issue, what we are getting is a letter written by one of the Steves, talking about his exploits, talking about everything that they have seen, everything that has stood before them. From fighting an army of Mephistos, to the gathering of the Carol Corps and all the Steve Rogers. From all of the Doctor Dooms, to the Doom Supreme and Loki going toe-to-toe. A retelling of the story simply isn't enough to do it justice. This is a battle of the most epic proportions, with the Valkyrie taking her whip chain that has 3 Mjolnirs attached to the other end. She cuts her way through Dooms. And though this is a spectacle to see, there are many that have fallen, barely getting a moment to breathe. This Steve finds it hard that a 98-pound nerd from Brooklyn is out here fighting with the best of the best. As we make our way through the battlefield, we have a funny, quick conversation between both of our Tony Starks, the Iron Man and Ant-Man. Ant-Man revealing that he got sober to come and do this. The Iron Man Tony Stark recognizing that this is probably the only reason that he ever became Ant-Man, because he is a drunk. That is the only logical answer on why he would be Ant-Man and not Iron Man. Our Asgardians taking down droves of Doom. But even with them taking out so many of those Dooms, there is still Planet Doom. Now this seemed to be more of a spaceship or maybe like a space station. But we are seeing that this is in fact a sentient Doom. This planet is very much alive, and it is just decimating the ranks of Steve Rogers. With Old Man Phoenix and our Phoenix Echo both saying that we gotta do something about this. That is where they call in Star Panther. We see Star Panther come flying in, with Star Panther coming in. He goes right into the forehead of this Planet Doom. Cracking out the other side, he lets us know that he cracked multiple continents. He ruptured the mantle and outer core. He is about to make his roundabout and go at it again. Picking up on the ground, we have our young Steve, the one who has been writing the letter and giving us the narration throughout the beginning of the story. Having his shield, wielding one of the Mjolnirs, he saves a Steve Rogers life. Recognizing that he has got to get to the medic, the life of the Steve Rogers that he saved. He gets up, he picks up Steve, and he goes to take him. The young Steve telling him to take the hammer, refusing to do so, saying that the hammer belongs to him, that he cannot wield it. That is when Doom and Agamotto go at one another. Doom turning his lungs to freaking acid. This is taking him out of the fight, which means it is Doctor Doom and Loki. Doom giving Loki the opportunity to stand down, telling him to cast aside this Avenger Prime idea and be the backstabbing god that we know you are. That is when Namor comes in, knocking Doom for a freaking loop, saying that no Avenger stands alone, but also turning to Loki and letting him know that if you do betray us, you are going to be facing against me. As they battle against the Doom, we have Star Panther, who has just taken out the eye of this planet Doom. This is the opening for Old Man Phoenix and Echo Phoenix. They make their way inside of this planet and they start carving out canyons, telling everybody on the ground that they have to be prepared because this planet is falling. The blood is spewing everywhere, a tidal wave of molten Doom blood. As Loki and Doom battle with swords, magical weapons that they have manifested, looking like a scene between Obi-Wan and Anakin. With this molten lava blood coming up, it spills all over the place. Our Doom falls into it, and we have him facing off against Namor deep in the depths, picking up with our two Steve Rogers, the young one giving the letter that we have been narrating throughout the comic. But the thing is, he has no one to give it to. It is addressed to who it may concern. Whoever they might be, wherever they are among all of these Earths, he hopes them well. He hopes to see them soon, dropping Mjolnir and Doom's closing in on them. We see this other Steve Rogers pick up that hammer, and he starts laying down the hate. This is where we pick up with Marvel, Nighthawk, and Thor. They have made their way into the depths of all of this. They have been looking for the Mephistos, not sure where they are or where they went. This is of grave concern. That is when a giant foot comes down. There is a little tiny Mephisto that was left behind, but when this giant foot comes down, it squishes it and it absorbs it into itself. Because what we are seeing is all the Mephistos, they have been absorbed into one, welcoming the Avengers to the end of everything. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'm still gonna say that the last issue with Loki being revealed as Avenger Prime was probably the peak of this event. This issue was fun, but it felt like it was missing something. With such a multiversal event, it felt like it's lacking its depth. I'm finding it really hard to be able to connect to the story and really feel for any of the characters that are in here. Now, don't get me wrong, it's super awesome that we are seeing individuals like Star Panther getting their moment, getting their spotlight. But I'm finding it very difficult to truly care about any of these characters. I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's the best writing that I have ever seen. I think my appeal to this comic is the visual aspects. Just getting the opportunity to see some of these characters out there laying down some hate, getting the opportunity to at least show off some of their power. And so in that regard, I take this comic for what it is. Visually, it's beautiful, it's a lot of fun, but there's really no story to be told. And I do feel like it's been dragged out for quite a while now. We're at part 7, and this battle is still ongoing. And we still have part 8 and 9 to get into. But yeah, it's not a bad comic. If it's something that you think you can wait on, I would definitely wait for the whole thing to come out, buy it, it'll definitely be cheaper in that regard. Or maybe wait till it's available on, I think it's the Marvel Unlimited, then you got Comixology Unlimited. All of these things are great options if you think you can wait and don't need to read this comic right away. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with Avengers Assemble, be sure to check out the link in my description, as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having 5 different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to getting free comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you are unable to do any of this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.